Good Friday morning. I'm back. I survived my week. It was a difficult week. Let me talk a little bit about that first. I have inherited, through my family lines, so many things: white hair, curly hair, height, skin color, and a propensity to depression. It's kind of how my nervous system works. And it has not generally laid me low, like can't work, need, hospitalization. It's more of a, oh crud, I got no energy. The depression's here and I got no energy. Which is kind of what happened to me on Monday. And I knew why it was happening and I knew it would pass. But depression happens to me. It's one of the things my nervous system does when I get overwhelmed by a certain amount of inputs, life circumstances, situations that I'm not handling well or I don't have the latitude to handle well. It's like my nervous system goes, I'm done. And there are ways to fix it that are not that hard for me. And I take antidepressants, and have for years and probably always will. It's a nervous system thing. It's my nervous system saying, enough, I'm done. If you're not going to fix some of this stuff, I'm going to just shut down for a while. And that's what was happening to me earlier this week. And things are better now, as I knew they would be. But it's a I'm telling you this because it's part of that move in our country and our culture to start normalizing the prevalence of mental health issues, that they are out there just like other issues with our body that we as massage therapists help people with all the time. Fibromyalgia, Parkinson's, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, all those things that people live with and that we try to help them live with. Add depression to it. It's just another bodily response to the world. So, practicing massage therapist, business educator, lives with depression. And that's my PSA for today. Let's move on and talk about this building of a massage practice. Like if you want to open your own private massage practice, and I've been talking about the 3 phases, and phase 1 is those 5 questions you answer that lays your foundation. Phase 2 is when you do all that nuts and bolts stuff that we're all familiar with and where most of us start. That puts up your walls and creates the structure. And phase 3 today is how we start inviting people into that house, also known as marketing, which a lot of us just we have a love-hate relationship with marketing. I got to say, as an industry, we are not as knee-jerk reactive to it as we were, say, 20 years ago. But we are still not in love with it, God knows. Here's here's what I'm going to tell you about one of the things that makes this 3-phase process really beautiful. By the time you get to doing your marketing, you have enough information to make your marketing decisions a lot easier. Because I'll see people online going, oh, what should I do to market my practice? And the first thing I'm going to say is, well, who are you trying to talk to? Well, like potential clients. Like who? The whole planet? You can't talk to the whole planet. What kind of person are you trying to talk to, and what is it you have to offer them? That's what governs your marketing. Knowing who you want to talk to and what you have to offer them. Because if you don't know that, you are seriously throwing darts in the dark after a couple of beers. Yeah, you're going to hit the board. You're also going to hit the guy over there in the rump. So, and possibly drop one on your foot. But if you know who you're trying to talk to, that whole best fit client thing that we talked about in phase 1, and you know what you have to offer, your product from phase 1, and you've got that nuts and bolts stuff that people also want to know, like, are you near me? Are your hours good? Can I afford your rates? You've got everything you need to know to deliver your message about your practice. That's what you need to know. What is it you offer? Who is it you offer to? Who are you offering it to? And what's the nuts and bolts that make your practice a better or worse fit for them? Here's the other thing that's kind of a side note about this. I think we throw too much at marketing. It's like, oh, I got to try this, and I got to do this, and I got to do this, and everybody's talking about this. And before you know it, you got between 10 and 20 things going on for marketing. And you can't possibly keep track of it, and it's really hard to keep it up to date, and you have no good way of knowing what's working and what isn't. But if you've done all this groundwork, you know who you're targeting, you know what you want to tell them, then you can reduce the number of marketing things that you're trying to more like 5 or 6 instead of 25 or 26. And you can keep track of those, and you can generally stay on top of them in terms of keeping them updated. Like for me, I have a website, I have a Google My Business thing. I post here on Facebook, I post at Instagram, and every now and then I will post in LinkedIn. So every week, I got to do some stuff in Facebook, which is usually pretty easy to roll over into Instagram. I got to put some stuff up on my website. It's usually the same stuff I'm putting up on my Google My Business. Oh yeah, and I take these videos and I put them up on YouTube. That's it. That's what I do. And I will follow that for about 4 months and go, what seems to be bringing people to me? What seems to be connecting with people the best? Right now, I have added the offer of a guide, a free guide to how to set your rates. And I'll talk about that more on Monday. I don't want to mess this up with that. But that's literally all I have going on. And I can take care of all of that in about an hour, maybe 2 hours over the course of the entire week. 1 to 2 hours on marketing, and I'm done. And I can track it because I know what to look for. I can remember, for one thing, everything I've set up, and I can look at it. And I think we would be less angsty as a profession around marketing if we had a little more control over it and we understood what we were doing a little bit better. If we were making decisions instead of just responding to things that we hear or think about. Yeah, I think we can make our lives a lot easier around marketing, and doing this prep work is a huge bonus and boon to making easier marketing decisions. That's probably the biggest reason we do it. It makes the thing that most of us dislike the most easier. I mean, you got all those other benefits, but you've taken the part we dislike and made it easier. Okay. So I've said that there are 3.5 phases to this whole process thing I'm talking about. So on Monday, I'm going to talk about phase 3.5. And I'll also tell you about this booklet thing I got going on if you're interested. But you can make marketing easier for you. You really can. If you do the groundwork and create the right building for yourself, then you can make better decisions. And that's a big reason to do this. If you think I'm like full of hooey, or you just do not understand how this can work, reach out to me. Send me a direct message, drop something in the comments. I'll get back to you and we can talk it through so you can see kind of where I'm coming from and how it might apply to you. And that's what I have to tell you on this Friday. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough for Friday. It's kind of gray. It's kind of rainy. I'm going to go swim. That's my Friday. I hope your Friday is very, very good to you. And if for any reason your Friday is not good to you, like my Monday was not good to me, I hope there's hope for your days getting better. Because you matter, and you deserve to have a healthy and whole life. Take good care of yourself, and I'll be back on Monday to just keep talking the talk. Drop me a note if you need anything from me. See you Monday.